Chloe Thompson wasn't much for clubs of any kind, especially book clubs. She preferred the company of well-worn pages to chattering voices, the quiet rustle of turning leaves to the sometimes harsh melodies of human interaction. But her neighbor, sweet Mrs. Gable, had insisted, her eyes twinkling like distant stars, and Chloe found it impossible to refuse. The Book Nook Revolution, as the small gathering was ambitiously named, met at Isaac Washington's bookstore, a cozy haven filled with the comforting aroma of old paper and brewing coffee. Isaac, a gentle soul with eyes that held 1,000 stories, always welcomed them with a warm smile and a pot of his special chamomile tea. The first few meetings were predictable. Polite discussions about plot and character, a shared appreciation for beautiful prose. Chloe remained mostly silent, observing the others, particularly Stella Kim, an outspoken woman with a fiery spirit and a contagious laugh. One evening, after discussing Little Women, Stella posed a daring question. If we admire Jo March's courage and independence, shouldn't we strive to embody those qualities in our own lives? The question hung in the air like a shimmering bubble, slowly settling over the room. Chloe, usually so hesitant, found herself unexpectedly drawn in. She had always admired Jo's fierce determination to pursue her dreams, but she'd never considered applying that to her own life. The idea felt both exciting and terrifying. Inspired by Stella's challenge, the book club decided to add a new element to their meetings. Each month, they would choose a character trait from their chosen book and commit to embodying it in their daily lives. Chloe chose resilience, inspired by Elizabeth Bennet's ability to overcome prejudice in Pride and Prejudice. It wasn't easy. She stumbled, faltered, and sometimes wanted to retreat back into the comfortable shell of her quiet life. There was the time she nervously volunteered to lead a presentation at work, only to have her ideas dismissed by a senior colleague. Shame washed over her, and she almost gave up. But then she remembered Elizabeth Bennet, her unwavering spirit, and the gentle encouragement she had received from Isaac at the bookstore. She gathered her courage, refined her arguments, and tried again, this time with more confidence and conviction. Stella, meanwhile, took on the quality of compassion, inspired by Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird. Initially, she struggled to soften her sharp edges, to temper her directness with empathy. She learned to listen more intently, to understand perspectives different from her own. Isaac, inspired by the quiet wisdom of Gandalf from The Lord of the Rings, focused on offering guidance and support to others, sharing his knowledge and creating a safe space for vulnerability within the book club. They all made mistakes. Chloe sometimes retreated into her silence, Stella occasionally spoke without thinking, and Isaac sometimes struggled to balance his desire to help with the need for others to find their own way. But with each misstep, they learned. They learned about their own limitations, about the power of vulnerability, and about the importance of supporting each other. The Book Nook Revolution was becoming a revolution within themselves. Chloe, once a reluctant participant, now looked forward to the book club meetings with anticipation. She discovered that literature wasn't just about escaping into other worlds. It was about finding inspiration to transform her own. And so, dear listener, remember the spirit of Chloe, Stella, and Isaac. Remember that even the smallest spark of inspiration, ignited by a simple story, can lead to profound and beautiful changes in our lives. Embrace the power of resilience, the warmth of compassion, and the wisdom of gentle guidance. For within each of us lies the potential to write our own extraordinary story.